Hi everyone, I'm a junior at Lebanon Trail High School. My name is Shreya Goyle. Some of y'all might already know me, and for those of y'all who don't, now you do. And what I want to talk to you more about today is more about you and how you can improve Lebanon Trail. And I want you to first of all look at the person next to you and think to yourself, do you know them and would you want to get to know them? What if they had a condition such as autism or ADHD or Asperger's? Would you still want to make connections with them? I know that in the past, I've shied away from people who were on the spectrum or neurodiverse, specifically autistic. As a kid, I had a friend who was autistic, and I always ignored him, never tried to talk to him. He was trying to talk to me and play games with me, but I just wouldn't really care that much about talking to him. And I kind of regret that. I feel like in the past, I believed that neurodiversity was an issue that had to be fixed, and that we had the power to kind of accommodate them and help them get through that issue. But I realize that this isn't the case, and I believe that now neurodiversity is something that is embraced, something that is honored. And so in honor of Autism Awareness Month, that's what I wish to talk to you about today. And I want y'all to realize that this is more than just awareness about people who are autistic, but also people who are have ADHD or dyslexia. So any neurodevelopmental condition I want to address today. So first, I would like to talk briefly about my journey of neurodiversity. It all started in 2022 when I worked on a facial motion detection project as part of a program using the CNN network. And in simple terms, I made an AI algorithm that could help the user detect different facial emotions such as happiness, sadness, anger, etc. And at the end of this project, I explored how Google Glasses added a similar algorithm that they used, in which they tested it on autistic children to kind of help them explore other people's emotions. And at first you might think, what is the use of exploring emotions? Why is that so important and useful? But if you think about it, without knowing whether someone is happy or sad, how can you really empathize with them? And I feel like this really intrigued me because empathy kind of leads to better connections and better collaboration with people, helping to kind of form a better community where people can work together and improve society. And also, human interpersonal interaction is one of the most important things today in society that can really help to elevate us and our living standards. After all, there's only so much you can do working solo. You need other people to work with, you need other people to make connections with, you need other people to make memories with, and you need to be able to make new friendships and help find new people and explore new things in your life. This project sort of helped bolster my engagement with neurodiversity and kind of getting a better interest in the topic. Specifically, I joined a North Texas advocacy group where I met young adults and adults who were on the spectrum, and I had good discussions with them, a lot about their own experiences, and it kind of formed a very safe space where I got to connect to new people that I had never met before, really talked with, and help them understand how their experiences differ with mine or how they've been similar. For example, I play the guitar and I play based on reading notes, but one of them said that they play the piano when they played based on the sounds, they'll memorize how it sounds and that's how they play. So I feel it's very intriguing how we can play the same instruments or more or less similar instruments, but still have different ways of playing that. And I feel that really helped me sort of get a better interest in working with people who are on the spectrum, and this made me want to join Best Buddies at Lebanon Trail, where I was given the chance to become a peer buddy and form a new friendship that I could meet with and explore lots of new experiences with. And last year in 10th grade, it also led me to starting an art club, Art4ND, which is hosting this right now. Currently in junior year this year, it's in conjunction with NHS Best Art Buddies. So if you are familiar with any of those terms, NHS is National Art Honor Society, in which we have different communities, and ours is called Best Art Buddies, which we work alongside with Art4ND. So basically, I invite the neurodiverse kids who are in functional academics and in life skills, as well as neurotypical children who come to my art club and make tons of various art activities together. And this includes a group project that we did hanging up in the rotunda if y'all want to go see it. It is a yellow poster with two hands on it connected by a heart. Okay, don't follow that picture, but it's in the rotunda and it's basically divided into different sort of irregular shapes in which people can draw in and kind of explore different sorts of emotions and creativity, and I think it's a really, really awesome piece that we got to work on. Now, when you think about neurodiversity, it simply allows a person's brain to be wired a little bit differently. It's not a weakness, it's not any sense of inhibition that restricts a user from being able to do certain activities. It just kind of allows them to approach things a little bit differently and learn differently. And they might need accommodations to best suit their learning style, and it's not a weakness whatsoever. Those on the spectrum have unique viewpoints from which we must embrace and idolize, because without those viewpoints, we can't make up society, we can't advance human progress. And we can learn so much more from these kids just by what they say, by what they draw. And I feel like my art club has really explored kind of how they use the creativity, unique freedom to make all these artworks, because I was allowed different mediums every single meeting, whether it's collaging paper, whether it's painting, colored pencils, markers, anything that best helps them suit their needs and what they think would work best on paper. The kids that I work with my club they're so sweet, they're so nice, they've never been rude or toxic to me, and I feel like that's such a unique trait to people who are autistic, that they will treat you with kindness, and that's important to treat them with kindness back. And last summer, I joined the Stanford Neurodiversity Project, where I talked to professional psychiatrists, entrepreneurs, and individuals who weren't autistic or have like ADHD or dyslexia. And I heard about them, about advocating for neurodiversity, how there's a lack of accommodations, and kind of a lack of understanding on what it means to be neurodiverse. As I said before, it's not simply a weakness or an inhibition, but it's a trait that allows your brain to be wired a little bit differently from the norm. And I feel like looking at this positively, it's a big thing, because it allows a person to be unique and different from the rest. And without a diversity, without all these unique perspectives, humanity would be so boring. We would all be the same. We wouldn't come up with creative solutions because we wouldn't have all these new ideas. And I feel like looking back into this is so important to further embrace our diversity and kind of honor it as part of us. Right now, there's a huge gap in knowledge about neurodiversity and kind of advocating for it. I feel like I'm learning more about autism every single day, and I feel like lots of people out there just don't have that knowledge, and they form stereotypes like neurodiversity is an issue, or like this person can't do that, this person can't do this. And I feel like it's so important for us to better understand each other and better interact with each other. And like I said before, the biggest thing you can do is to try to talk to these kids, try to understand them, try to empathize them. And I feel like in honor of Autism Awareness Month, that's incredibly important. Right now, I'm in the middle of building an app called Neurodiversify, and for me, computer science has been like a big passion of mine ever since 6th grade, and I really wanted to channel this into a project that could help and benefit neurodiversity and the society. And so this app will help bridge the knowledge gap and provide resources for neurotypicals to learn more about neurodiversity in different conditions, as well as provide neurodiverse users with the opportunity to have an access to organizations, to shelters, to counselors, licensed professionals, because I feel like with the internet, it's so vast and so diverse, and sometimes it's not super accessible for some users. So I feel like my app, with the extra accessibility features such as dyslexic mode, text-to-speech, speech-to-text, font changes, dark mode and light mode, really help to benefit their experiences. And I want to look into adding even more usability, user-friendability. That way it will just help my users engage with it better. And in addition, it allows users to post their own experiences in blog pages so that other users can learn more about them and help connect better with them. I am going to leave you with one message today. I implore you to give neurodiversity a try. I implore you to talk to individuals who may be autistic, who may be dyslexic, who may be different than you. I would really recommend you giving a chance to empathize with them, be kind to them, and really give them a chance to embrace themselves and for you to embrace them. I feel like building so many new friendships and best buddies in Art4ND, in this North Texas advocacy group, it's really helped benefit my own perspective of myself and my society, and it kind of really helped me understand the value of interpersonal interaction. And I really wish and advocate for more engagement with those functional academics and life skills next year during this homeroom period. But for now, the best thing you can do is take that time out of your lunch period to go visit them in their classrooms in D Hall. They're always there during B block after they've eaten lunch, and you can even visit them at their lunch table during A block. And come to my art club meetings, come to Best Buddies meetings. Just know that we're stronger together and that we can only advance if we have empathy and kindness for one another. Thank you so much. And now we're going to hear from some speakers from Best Buddies, from the North Texas Advocacy Group. It's members of my art club. So first up, we have Grayson, who is social media manager for Best Buddies, and he's going to share with us a few words about Best Buddies and his experience with neurodiversity today.
So my experience with Best Buddies has been really fun and a very great experience for me to have. I would say the kids are one of the biggest things that I'm really happy about. I get to know them and learn from them, and I don't know, I've grown a lot from knowing them and getting to know them and experiencing just the journey of having a friend who has neurodiversity. And I feel like we need to embrace neurodiversity, just because not everyone's accepted and who has neurodiversity, and I feel it's a big thing that everyone's accepted as seen as normal, and that they can have a life just like everyone else does.
Next, we'll hear from Jennifer, who is a licensed counselor and professional, and she's also part of that North Texas Advocacy Group, All Behaviors Considered, that I was talking about before. And she's going to shed some more light about her unique experience with neurodiversity and some positive words for us.
Hi everybody, my name is Jennifer Hardaway and I'm a licensed professional counselor associate. I currently work at a facility that's dedicated to providing services for families that have children with disabilities. The primary population we serve is children with autism, children who are on the autistic spectrum. And I also lead a self-advocacy group for young adults who are on the autistic spectrum once a month. And I have learned so much from my experience. Prior to my working experience as a counselor, I did not have much interaction with people who are on the spectrum as a counselor or just as a person. So my work experience has taught me so much. The biggest takeaways I've had from work are that autism comes in all shapes and sizes. Sometimes it's really obvious who's on the spectrum, but sometimes it's not. In fact, recently a couple of my colleagues have come forward and shared with me that they're on the spectrum, and I would have never known if they wouldn't have come forward. Another takeaway that I've learned is that people who are on the spectrum tend to suffer from really high rates of anxiety because of the way their brain is wired. Their brain is just wired to experience anxiety more than neurotypical people. And so when you see a person on the spectrum have a meltdown over a trigger, whether it's a really loud sound, food touching, crowds, it's not that they're being difficult, it's not that they're overreacting, it's that's how their brain is wired to process those events, and they really can't help it. My biggest takeaway though is that when someone's on the spectrum, they are more than capable of having a happy, fulfilled life, and they are able to meet multiple professional and personal goals. So finding out that a loved one has autism or is on the spectrum does not mean that their quality of life is going to suffer. It just means that their brain is wired a little different from neurotypical people, and they might need some extra help from time to time. So I want to encourage everybody to, I know this is cliche, but treat people with kindness and give people the benefit of the doubt, because it's not always easy to tell who's struggling and who's not. I hope this message was helpful for everyone, and I hope I was able to provide some insight to you guys on what it's like being on the spectrum or working or befriending with people who are on the spectrum.
Thank you so much for listening, and thank you so much for being here. and participating in this presentation. Now, if you follow us outside, we have an art activity using sidewalk chalk. I hope that you do a great rest of your day, and I'm so glad that you're trying to give neurodiversity a try.